that's right. If the weather's nice.
Oh, it'll be nice. Nicer than it was in Yorkshire. It rained all the time there, didn't it?
I thought you liked Yorkshire.
I did, but not for swimming.
Oh, Katie, would you tell your father breakfast is ready?
Daddy! Breakfast! Told him.
I heard. Let's sit down and have your breakfast, Rod.
Can I have an apple?
After breakfast.
Where's Daddy, honestly? Daddy! Your breakfast ready.
I heard.
Morning.
Oh, just coffee, please.
We're going swimming tomorrow.
Are you?
Will you let him come too, Mama?
Katie, don't eat so fast.
You won't come, won't you, Daddy?
Your mummy will take you.
But I want you to take
Katie,
me.
your father has things to do.
Not more important than
I think this is something you better deal with.
What is it?
The bank. They want you to sign a release for the interest in your trust fund.
Oh, my autograph. Nice to be in demand.
Just your signature. Katie, please. It would help if you got it into the post today. Katie, what's the matter?
Katie, you all right? Here, drink this.
Christ, what's the matter with her?
She's choking. There's something in her throat. Magnus, she can't breathe.
Katie!
Help!
Well, use your fingers. Try and get it out.
She can't breathe. I can't get it out.
There must be something lodged in her windpipe. Hurry up and call the doctor.
There's no time.
Damn it, she needs a doctor.
Katie.
Investigating last night's bank raid in Leeds, the death of 2 members of the bank staff, announced late last night.
We need a doctor quickly. My daughter's...
An
ambulance. We need an ambulance.
Says he will appear in court at
Yes. 34 Grayston Rise, Chelsea.
Don't
Please
die.
hurry.
The Prime
She swallowed something.
reaffirmed the government's
I don't know.
determination to
Yes, she can't breathe.
Parliament.
The ambulance, come along.
His thoughts on devolution and started-
Please, hurry. The ambulance is on. What are you doing?
The other party
Make a hole.
suggest any change
Get it
they'd
out.
like to see in
Quick.
But they're coming.
On the economy,
There's no
the
time.
government's policy was to...
Good morning, Mrs. Lofting, and how are you today?
Fine.
Good. I've just been talking to your husband on the phone, and he thinks it's high time you were out of here and back in the world again. Well, I told him I thought you were well enough. How would you like to go home today? I think it'd be the best thing for you. Now that you're well, you must pick up your life again, Mrs. Lofting. Your husband's coming to collect you this afternoon. Sister will help you with your things, and I'll have a talk with Mr. Lofting before you go. All right?
Well, Mr. Lofting, from our point of view, we're quite pleased with her. Quite pleased with her indeed. Thank you. We've got her back to a good weight. She's beginning to communicate now. She's taking a positive interest in things. It's all very encouraging. Of course, we don't know what the long-term psychological effects will be from a trauma of this severity. But you're very lucky to have Mr. Brudenell to see her through it. I take you have made appointments and so forth?
Oh, yes, oh, yes. He's suggested we have 3 sessions a week to start with.
Good. 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 Well, I leave her in excellent hands. Good luck to you both, Mr. Lofting.
Thank you very much, Dr. Goldman. I most appreciate it.
Not at all.
Julia? 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 Julia!
better parts of Kensington, of course, from a residential point of view. Most of the properties on the other side of the Bayswater Road seem to belong to the League of Nations nowadays.
Oh, yes?
Of course, the market's very colourful. But I think you'll find this a rather more civilized corner of the world. It is. Yes, it's a beautiful property, isn't it? If I may say so, you're very fortunate to find it like this. Lock, stock and barrel. You're rather expecting it to go to Arab money.
Oh, yes, from the League of Nations. Oh, could I have the key, please?
Oh, yes, of course. Well, I hope you'll be very happy here, Mrs. Lofty.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Charming.
Thank you. But do you want some?
Darling, it's very unfair of you to put us through all this. Poor Magnus and I have been frantic with worry.
I'm sorry. I felt it was important to find the house and get settled while I still had the courage to go through with it. How is he?
He's desperate, darling. I know my brother very well. I know he can be unfeeling at times, but he needs you.
needs me. There's a side I haven't seen. Please don't tell him where I am.
Darling, he loves you. This will pass. People have trial separations.
No. Things have been wrong for a long, long time. Maybe they were never right. The fact that Magnus can't see that, well, there's just no place to begin. And now that Katie's gone, there's no reason to try.
I'm only asking you to be open-minded.
Lily, it's over. It's finished. I bought a new house. I'm happy there.
Right, darling.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Who is it? Magnus, I know it's you. Get away or I'll call the police. No. I am home. Leave me alone.
I've made it clear to your estate agent that any contract you may have signed will be subject to a doctor's approval of your state of mind. Do you understand? Julia?
I rang the bell, but the door was open, so I just came in. Is it broken?
Oh, I don't know. What are you doing with this?
Oh, this is a present for your new house.
It's beautiful. You shouldn't.
I know, but it's been in the shop for months and nobody would buy it.
It's good to see you.
And you. I gather Magnus is not here.
No.
He knows where you are, though.
How do you know that?
Well, he rang the shop this morning in a fury. Accused me of coming between you, influencing your mind.
Oh, Mark, I'm sorry.
I told him I thought you were doing rather well without any influence from either of us.
Do you think I'm right?
I think you're beautiful. Yes, I think you're right. You can't expect Magnus to accept that. Come on, show me your castle.
I think Magnus was prowling around the battlements last night.
Oh, God. You better build a moat.
Come on. Ta-da!
Oh, my God. It's incredible. Where'd you get all the furniture?
It was all here. I just bought everything.
You play?
On that? Ping pong?
Sacrilege.
Don't tell me. You do a great Liberace.
God, do I? Thank you. Who tuned this?
Beethoven.
How are you, anyway?
I'm fine.
Really?
Oh, really? Let's see. I'm happy. Excited about everything being suddenly new, like all this. And I'm more frightened than I've ever been in my whole life. It's like stepping out on a window ledge and feeling so alive. Because all the time, part of you wants to jump. Sometimes I feel I've already jumped. Come and see the bathroom.
Good God above. Who lived here before you? Mae West?
I don't know. The bedroom's through there.
Oh, were you breeding orchids in here?
I switched it off. I know I did. Maybe I didn't.
Sure. It's on now, all right. It's been wired up wrongly. Actually, you should have the whole house checked. It's so old, you know.
Sorry. I just miss her so much.
You know I promised her. First you make me break the promise, then straight away you start spying on her.
Oh, Lily, you're a long way from the girl guides now. I doubt that one small slip will darken your mortal soul.
Don't say things like that.
Well, what do you want me to say? Oh, come on now, Lily, don't be so damn pious.
It may surprise you to learn that I'm fond of her. I'm not fond of you frightening her and pulling her back onto your side.
And what happens to us if I fail? If I lose her? I'm going to get her back any way I can. And leaving her to dream away in that house of hers is not my idea of one of them.
I don't know. She's very determined, Magnus.
What do you want to do that for, eh? She touched you, Jamie? You some sort of nutter, are you?
No.
Go on, you piss off. Piss off. You come back here and I'll have the law on you. Piss off!
Yeah?
Yes, well, we're rather looking forward to our meeting tonight. We have a new medium, a Mrs. Flood. She's rather good. Well, my problem is that Mr. Piggott is having his house painted, and the whole place reeks of it, so we can't meet there like we usually do. I was wondering if we could use your house. Please have your mind. It wasn't just the meeting I was thinking of. You did say you'd enjoy some company.
Did I?
Well, you did ask me to call you.
All right. Will there be a lot of them?
Well, there'll be 5 of us with Miss Pinner and Mrs. Ward. You sure you don't mind? That's very sweet
Uh-huh. Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.
So what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to join in or what?
I don't know. I'm not going to do anything. I feel silly.
Just don't go to the door when the bell rings.
I've got to.
Ah, you must be the remarkable Mrs. Flood.
Oh, no, this is Lily.
Oh,
Mark.
you're Lily. Sorry. Hello. You must be the remarkable Mrs. Flood.
How do you do?
How do you do? Come and sit down. I hope our presence won't upset the spirits in any way.
Well, 7 ain't a bad number. 7's a good number, but I don't know about 2 new emanations within the circle. We shall have to see.
It will be rather a strain for her. I think you should have said something, Julia.
Well, don't expect no transcendences or transformations, that's all.
Oh, I see. Right.
Oh, I'll get it.
Would you like to sit down?
Ma, Julia's in rather a fragile state. I don't want you to complicate things for her.
Well, I hope it won't upset her having all this business in the house.
Everyone's in here.
Ah, George. Excuse me.
Well, much grander than our usual gathering.
How do you do?
Lily.
The friend of Mrs. Lofting's, Mark. They will be joining us Thursday this evening.
Oh, I see. Mrs. Flood.
Hello, dear.
Well, I'll get some drink.
Would you like to sit down?
Sherry?
Shall
Do
I?
you think the others will be long?
Not if they can help it, dear.
Oh, we mustn't keep the spirits waiting, eh?
Don't mind him, dear. He might not know it, but he's receptive. Pretty men are like that.
Oh.
You're a genius, Mrs. Flood. You'd better raise your fees.
Don't take money, dear. Money soils the gift. Do take tea, though.
Oh, I'm sorry, I haven't any. Would you like some coffee?
Coffee? No. That's caffeine. Caffeine's a drug.
She's right.
That'll be them.
I'll get it.
Do we get to hold hands in the dark, Mrs. Flood?
Of course we do, dear.
What if the spirits nick the silver?
Spirits can't do anything on their own, dear, not in the material way. They have to have someone on this side for them to do it through first. And if they do want something, it ain't normally the silver.
Julia, this is Miss Pinner and Mrs. Ward. They'll complete our circle this evening.
How do you do?
Good evening. So kind of you to let us come here. We should hate to have missed Mrs. Flood's communication.
Yes.
Now that we're all here,
Mark
shall we
Foster?
begin?
Oh, I'm not. I'm just going to watch.
Oh, but you must join in.
Oh, Mark, are you actually going to...
I don't mind. I will if you will.
You stay next to me.
She can sit next to me, can't she, Mrs. Flood?
She can sit where she likes, dear. It's her house. Someone here is having difficulties. Who is it?
I'm sorry. I can't.
Sorry, we'll just sit and watch.
Close the circle. Close it. Close it. Make your minds empty. Empty. White. Empty your minds. Let nothing enter. Nothing. Mrs. Flood, what happened? I'll get some water. I think I'd like to go to the bathroom, if I may.
I'll show you where it is.
Thank you.
Can I do anything?
I think it's a possession. She's been possessed.
Surely not.
What did you see?
I've never known her like this before. She's always so controlled.
Leave. Go away. Why? Leave the house. Why? Did you say go? Why?
Terrible thing.
She saw us ending. Something came into her and she saw it.
Perhaps I should get my coat.
You're not frightened, are you, George?
What are we going to do about it?
Miss Pinner!
I can quite easily walk from here. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Mrs. Lofting. I do hope Miss Pinner will be all right.
Oh, Lily will look after her. She wasn't hurt badly.
No, well, I'll just say good night. Good night, Mrs. Flood.
Good night, Mr. Pigott.
Good night.
Mark, I'll walk Mrs. Flood to her door. I'll be right back. Mrs. Flood? I'll just walk you to your door.
Bloody old witch.
In here? There we are. Would you like me to call someone for you? Do you have a telephone?
You must go away.
That's all right. I can stay for a few minutes.
No. The house. Your house. You must leave it. Get out.
Why?
There's wickedness. Bad things.
Mrs. Flood, please. What did you see?
A child.
A child. A little blonde girl. Mrs. Flood, is that what you saw? Mrs. Flood, please. Mrs. Flood.
Hello, Mark. How are you?
Oh, hello, Magnus. How's things in the city? The awesome wheels of capitalism still grinding smoothly.
Is there somewhere we can talk?
Well, is your umbrella getting wet?
Oh, that's very funny. I want to talk to you about Julia.
Yes, it did occur to me.
You've seen her, haven't you?
Oh, yes.
Well, then you know she's not very well and she needs help.
I know she's not with you. It's a start, isn't it?
Now, look, I didn't come here to trade insults with you, so don't make me start.
No, he didn't come to buy a lamp either, did he?
Now, you just listen to me. My wife is a very sick woman, and you know it. Ever since Katie died, she's been completely self-destructive. She's locked herself in that goddamn house, and she refuses to listen to reason from me or anyone else. And I'll tell you something. If it goes on much longer, I doubt there's going to be anything that anyone can do.
But just at this moment, I can. Is that it?
Don't think I like it.
Oh, just come to the point, Magnus. What do you want me to do?
I want you to talk to her. Since you seem to be the only person in a position to do so, I'd like you to try to convince her that she needs help.
Whose? Yours?
No, not mine. A doctor's. I don't need a go-between.
Doctors? But you don't mean the kind with the stethoscope and the bathroom scales, do you? And you would want to have a word with them about the nervous strain she's been under for the past few months. She's not dangerous, except to herself, but she's not responsible.
I don't think you're qualified to say what she is.
Jesus Christ, that's it, isn't it? I'm right. Poor Julia, on the brink of madness. She's not responsible for herself or for anything else, and noble Magnus steps in to take the reins. All legal and certified, particularly certified.
You son of a bitch.
You are a disgusting, devious bastard. And you need shit for money. Of course I've been trying to help Julia. What a thing I've been doing for the last 2 months, while you've been clambering over the roof trying to scare the living daylights out of her.
I'll tell you what I think you've been doing.
Get out of here, Magnus.
Interfering bastard.
Excuse me, sir, just
go away, will you?
Now, look, I don't know what your business is here, but if the lady isn't answering, I suggest that you go away.
That lady happens to be my wife.
Yes, well, it still doesn't give you the right to be prowling around here in this fashion. I think you should leave.
Oh, really? And just what do you intend to do about it?
I shall go and call the police.
Oh, Christ.
Now, look, sir. Out.
Take the old girl too seriously, you know.
I don't think she was play acting.
Neither do I. I think she was a nice old soul. She just gets taken in by her own imagination.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. It was the other old bird falling downstairs at precisely the moment she did. Heightened the whole affair.
But she was really terrified, even when I got her home.
Yes, I don't suppose she told you of what, but...
Yes, she did. She says she saw a child.
See. You think it was Kate?
I don't know. I don't know what I think. Maybe Magnus was right. Maybe I am going crazy. Are you sure you don't mind, Mr.
No. Magnus said that.
It isn't just Magnus. I keep feeling Kate in the house, in the park. And I feel such hatred.
Why should Kate hate you? You tried to save her life. If anybody's trying to upset you, it's Magnus.
Magnus?
Mm.
Why?
Because he needs you. He needs you to live as he does. The longer you're away from him, living independently of him, the less chance he has of keeping you. All he can do is make you so bloody scared that you go running back to him. Really? Come on, I stay down to bed.
Right. Good night.
Good night.
And thank you.
Julia? 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 I know you're here. So this is a game of hide and seek. It's over. Listen, darling, I'm not angry with you. Do you understand that? You're frightening yourself, not me. Now stop playing games. I only want to talk to you, that's all. Do you want me to say a password?
Will you stop acting like some kind of a lunatic and come out of this stinking place?
When are you going to start acting like a grown woman instead of a twisted little child? Okay, Listen, I'm sorry. Do you hear me? Whatever it is that you think I did to you, I'm sorry. I just want to talk to you. I can't do that very well with you hiding from me like I'm some kind of monster. All right. You play your games if you want to, and I'll come back with the doctor so he knows just exactly what I'm up against. Do you hear me? Julia?
I was wondering if you knew you had a visitor here last evening. He said he was your husband. My husband had words with him. I thought I ought to tell you because as far as we could see, he broke in here after that.
Oh, well, thank you for telling me.
Branscombe. Claudia Branscombe.
How do you do? I'm Julia Lofting. Would you like to come in for some coffee, Mrs. Branscombe?
Claudia, I'd be delighted.
The pound's dropped again. I'm so sorry about your husband.
Oh, he's quite recovered now. Bit of a bruise on the elbow, nothing serious. The excitement certainly doesn't seem to have done him any harm, anyhow. Your husband doesn't live with you?
No, we're separated.
Remarkable how many couples are nowadays. I blame it on the pill.
I hope you don't mind instant coffee.
Not at all.
Have you lived in this neighborhood for long, Mrs. Branscombe?
Oh, years and years. Ever since I was a girl. Oh, do call me Claudia.
Claudia.
I always feel Mrs. Branscombe makes me sound like some sort of cookery book or something.
Sorry.
Yes, I suppose I must be one of the permanent features of the street by now. Nothing changes very much, except the people, of course.
You must have known the people who lived here before.
Oh, goodness, yes. My father bought our house about the same time they came here. Makes me feel practically biblical.
What were they like?
Who, dear?
The people who lived here before.
Oh, they were two sisters. Dear little things, like a couple of garden gnomes. They all seem to me to be about 100 years old for as long as I can remember.
Here's your coffee.
Thank you. Oh, milk?
Oh, sorry.
Geoffrey won't have coffee in the house.
Really?
There was a most unfortunate woman here before that. A Mrs. Raj, I think.
Oh?
Not a very nice story, I'm afraid.
Why? What happened?
Well, as far as I can gather it, she had a child without any of the usual formalities. She had a daughter. Lovely little thing, by all accounts. When the child died, she moved away somewhere. And then the two little gnomes bought this place for next to nothing.
She died?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Why did she die?
She had an accident. She swallowed something or other, made herself sick and choked herself. And then she seems to have disappeared.
I think we're on a bit of a wild goose chase, you know. Whatever Mrs. Flood thought she saw.
I just want to know.
Know what?
Whatever I can. You don't have to come. Here.
Why, who wants her?
I'm Julia Lofting. Mrs. Flood was at my house the other evening. May I see her, please?
Oh, yeah. Who's a social worker or something?
No, thank you.
Auntie Rose? Is There's a woman here wants to see you about something.
Hello, Mrs. Flood. How are you?
What'd you come here again for?
Get you a cup of tea, all right?
I need to talk to you. Please? It's important to me. The other night, you said you saw a child. Mrs. Flood, I had a little girl. She died 2 months ago. She was 8 years old. Her name was Katie. She had blonde hair, pretty.
No, little girl.
But you told me, you said you saw a boy.
Little boy. In the park. All bleeding. Going to die.
What's the matter, Auntie Rose? What have you been doing to her? Get away. Get off her. Go on. Oh, go on. Leave her alone.
We all know that you lost a child, so naturally Mrs. Flood thinks she saw a child. Now she finds out how upset you are, she says she saw a little boy. And now you've listened to two grotesque tales which have got nothing to do with either you or Kate.
I can find out about the little boy.
What little boy? There is no little boy. There's only some self-deluded old woman's gory fantasy.
I can find out if it's true.
Julia, leave it. For your own sake, leave it. None of your concern in the first place.
It's my house.
Well, move. Find another house.
No. I'll get out here.
What? Julia, what? Julia, where are you going? Julia! Julia, where are you going?
I'm in a traffic
Oh, bloody fuck, wait a minute.
This is March and April for 1938. It weighs a ton. Then there's a single volume for 39 if you need it. We'll be closing in 15 minutes.
Don't be frightened.
Yes?
Mrs. Braden, I spoke to you on the phone earlier. I'm Julia Lofting.
Oh, no, not me. Won't you come in?
Yes, thank you.
I'm Mrs. Braden's companion. Is it about Geoffrey?
May I speak to Mrs. Braden, please?
Yes, of course. Such a terrible thing. I've been with Mrs. Braden since the tragedy happened, you know.
Oh?
Yes, police, newspapers, so many people. You're the first one for a long, long time.
Is Mr. Braden...
He died in the war.
Oh.
Come in, Mrs. Lofting. I am Greta Braden. Thank you, Catherine. You wish to speak to me about my son, Geoffrey?
Yes.
There was a time when I spoke the truth and none would listen. Many years have passed since then. Now, why should you listen?
I found you. I came here to listen. Mrs. Braden, I believe that in some way I'm involved with that truth.
What is it you wish to know?
I read of your son's death in an old newspaper. I wondered, did they ever find the person who killed him?
Do you know what murder is, Mrs. Lofting? It is an eternal crime. The police arrested a man and executed him. A simple man, a harmless vagrant who spoke with the children. He was no more than a child himself.
He didn't do it?
Listen to what I am telling you, Mrs. Lofting. I know what they did to my son in that park. They tortured him. They made his life a hell because he was a German. They called him Kraut. Hun. They spat on him. I know what they did to my son. They mutilated his little body and they killed him.
They?
The children, Mrs. Lofting. Pretty English children.
Children?
I know their names. Some have died. None have prospered since that day. As you may imagine, I've taken some interest in the course of their lives.
Can any of them still be found?
Yes, two are left. I have the name. You will go to them.
How do you know all this?
Catherine has been my eyes for a long time now. She has many talents. They should not forget their crime. Catherine will give you the addresses if you wish it. Goodbye, Mrs. Lofting.
Bye. I'm looking for Captain Paul Winter. I was told he worked here.
You'll find the captain just inside, madam.
Thank you. She's very good, isn't she?
Yes, delightful. Would you excuse me?
Yes, of course.
don't you try the tarantella, darling?
Good afternoon, madam. May I be of assistance?
Captain Winter?
Please call me anything but Captain, there's a dear. And who might you be?
My name is Julia Lofting.
I hear no bells. We haven't had the pleasure, have we?
No, could I talk to you for a minute, please?
They're both in rapture. What did you want to talk to me about?
Does the name Geoffrey Braden mean anything to you?
Yes, he was a little Jerry kid I went to school with donkeys years ago. Why?
He was murdered in Holland Park, wasn't he?
Who are you?
Geoffrey's mother said that you and some other children used to play with him in the park.
Geoffrey's mother's still alive?
Yes. I've been to see her. She said that you and David Swift and some...
Excuse me. Could I have a word?
I won't be a moment, madam. Listen, I neither know nor care what Geoffrey Braden has to do with you. But as far as I'm concerned, the past is as dead as he is. Do you understand? Now go away and leave me alone, whoever you are.
All right. Do you remember anything about a little girl, a little blonde girl?
I don't care to remember anything, Ducky, and you're being the tiniest bit boring. Good day.
Come in.
Oh, Mr. Swift?
Now, where do you come from?
My name is Julia Lofting. Are you Mr. Swift?
The same. Julia? Why don't you come in? You sit down. Would you like a drink?
No, thank you.
What would you like then?
I would like to talk to you about your childhood.
That's it. You're a psychiatrist. Sort of roving door-to-door psychiatrist, huh?
I live in Leicester Place, in Heather Rudge's old house. Does that name mean anything to you?
I don't know that it does.
What do you know about Geoffrey Braden?
What do you know about him?
He was murdered.
Yes, he was indeed.
Mrs. Braden says that you and Paul Winter are the only ones left.
Winter? Paul Winter? Have you been talking to that old queen?
She says that you and he are the only ones left who knew him.
It's possible. They hanged an old tramp for that, you know.
Mrs. Braden says he didn't do it.
Does she? It's a bit late for that now, isn't it?
Did he? Who did then?
Where did you say you were staying?
In Heather Rudge's old house.
Why don't you ask her?
Is she still alive?
Of course she's alive. As far as I know, she is. She's stark raving mad, but she's still alive.
Where?
She was taken to a place down near Swansea when her daughter died. She's been there ever since.
Her daughter?
Olivia.
You knew her?
Of course I knew her. We all knew her.
What was she like?
To look at, about the most beautiful thing in the world. She could make you do anything. Absolutely anything.
She killed him.
She had a certain power over us all. All of us. Myself, Winter, the girls too. I think we belonged to her. She could make us do things for her. Animals. Each one of us had to kill an animal. Mine was a cat. I did it with a stick. We learned all about sex from her, in one way or another.
Jeffrey Braden?
Now, that was something she'd always wanted to do, to kill a person. To kill somebody. The boy was half German or something like that. I don't know, she made it seem like a reason. The older ones held him down, and she stuck grass in his mouth. Lumps of earth. And then she took off her coat and covered his face. And pressed. And when he was dead, Julia, she had a little knife. She opened up his trousers.
Dear God.
I was there. Winters was watching. I don't think he's mentioned a word about it from that day to this.
And you've never told anyone?
I told one person. Her mother. She asked me whether she believed me or not. When Olivia died, after a while I was almost grateful. It meant she could never know that I'd told on her. Is that all? Isn't there something else I can give you?
No. I better go.
No, I don't think you should. I think you should stay here and return my confidence.
No!
Are you another crazy bitch, then? Go mouthing this about, they'll lock you up, you know.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't hear it ringing. I took a couple of pills last night. Yeah, I'm fine. Come there? Why? No, All right.
Hi. How are you?
I'm okay.
Listen, where did you run off to?
Oh, nowhere. I went to the museum, the British Museum.
Oh.
I was looking for something.
Find it.
Mrs. Flood was right. There was a little boy, murdered, just like she said. The police hanged a man, but he didn't do it. She did it.
Who?
The little girl in the house. Her name's Olivia. She killed him.
What are you talking about?
Mark, it's true. And she's in the house now.
Julia, this is a child who's been dead for over 30 years. It's crazy.
She is in that house. Believe me. And I have to help her.
Help her? How?
I don't know. I'm going to Wales tomorrow. Her mother lives there in a sort of home. If I can just see her, maybe she can tell me something that will help.
Help you?
No, Olivia.
You said a home. Do you mean a mental home?
I'm going to see her. And you're not going to stop me.
All right, I'll go with you.
What for?
Just to be with you and listen to what she has to say.
No, that's all right.
When are you leaving?
I haven't decided.
Well, I'll just have to be on your doorstep from dawn.
All right. 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I have to go now.
Hey, Rosita, I have to go shopping downtown for my mother. She needs some tortillas and chili peppers.
Mrs. Rudge, this is Mrs. Lofting. She's asked to see you.
Hello, Mrs. Rudge.
And I said I'd take you along to the big room and you can sit and talk in there. Mrs. Lofting. We don't get many visitors coming to see us these days, do we, Mrs. Rudge? Make a nice change for you.
Got a magnificent problem.
That's all right, Mr. Terrace. Just relax.
Excuse me.
There we are, then. I should think everyone's going to be jealous having such a nice young lady coming to see you. We're not all that lucky, are we? Okay, then?
Yes, thank you.
I'll just leave you two alone for a minute.
Thank you. There's no need to be frightened. I live in your old house, Mrs. Rudge. Do you remember your house? In London? Since I moved into that house, things have happened to me which are difficult.
Hello?
Hello. Which are difficult to explain because I don't understand. Maybe you can help me. May I ask you some questions?
Yes. Nice, Mrs. Lofting. Come to visit the crazy women. Look at them. They don't mind, see? You don't know where you are.
I know about Olivia, Mrs. Rudge. Could we talk about her for a minute? I know how difficult it's been for you because my daughter's dead, too.
Dead? Not dead.
Sorry.
Look at me. Look at me. I am the one who is dead. All safe and dead. All safe and dead. Have you ever seen evil, nice Mrs. Lofting? I have. I'm safe, though. Evil is not like ordinary people. Evil never dies. She's not dead. Not dead. You're not safe. Why? You killed your daughter.
No. Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, you did. Like I killed mine. That wretched, evil creature, I killed her. Clawed and scratched, and I put my hand over her mouth while her evil life spewed away. I killed her. She choked on her own wickedness. A boy told me that... I asked her. She showed... She laughed. She laughed. I killed her. You think you're safe? Go away. You're not safe. You shouldn't be here. Go away. You think you're safe? Shit, you're not safe. Go away.
That's all. It's all settled. Everything's right.